and the spiritual. They are two distinct things. What he is explaining in this one is Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma Na Shurti Na Kamsh. Then he says Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Lagate Param. Now what Sri Krishna is trying to say here is, I am in all. There is a difference. And I am all. I am in all means that I am within the consciousness itself. When I am all means that I am beyond the consciousness. There is a me, mine, I am, and the I. When he says mam, he means I. That means there is no mine, there is no me. When I am is also gone, then what remains is I. And how you identify I? There is no identification of I you can give. In the previous time, Sri Krishna once was eating a mud, and her mother asked, open your mouth. Because she's eating mud. So he opens his mouth, and the mother saw the whole world around in his mouth. That's what he is trying to say. In consciousness, everything is within the consciousness. When you reach beyond consciousness, that's when the divinity parts come into it. You have to be living in consciousness, but even you are dead, your consciousness still remains. But beyond consciousness, nobody can explain, because there is nothing left to explain. In nothingness, there is nothing to explain but whatever it is. In self, you can only explain what is within yourself. Self itself remains self because it does not begin. And which does not begin, it cannot end. So Sri Krishna here what he was saying is, Labde Param, you find the total satisfaction Param, absolute thing or wisdom, Satchidananda Rupa, only when you are in self-conscious. The self remains. Your identity of the body remains, but body does not mean anything to you. Let me explain how it works. Suppose I write something like this. Will you see what I wrote? No, I did. Now let me try again. I wrote home. Right? I know it. Can anybody see is left anything? Up here, home is left. Nobody can see that home is left here. But I saw it. When I am within the consciousness, I can see. When I am beyond consciousness, there is no trace left. In the nothingness, nothing is left, so you cannot explain in word what is God actually is. You can see only when He is manifested in the form of a body. If there is no body, you cannot identify with that. Same goes with when you are beyond consciousness. All the Brahman is within the Brahman. And what is Brahman in, that is inexplicable. Because you do not know. And nobody else knows and nobody can explain. Thank you very much. That's what
Sri Krishna Bhagwan ki. I said, I want to MANDIR here. And he hugged me up and says, okay, we'll do this. But it very shortly, he supported from then to today. I want to believe that today, as we plan to do the honor of the trustees, they're not here, all of them, but I will still continue with this because our president is here, our vice president is here also, and an ex-president is here too. And with this, all of that I'm asking here and showing you all that don't make the crowd make a difference. My father told me, if you live in a street and one person loves you, stay there. Stay. Because eventually your stay will be in all of them. One love. And that is happening in this MANDIR. If one devotee will come here, this MANDIR will strong step.
Jai Shri Krishna. Panditji, I think you did it right by keeping the dead but I'm glad everybody's here. I also want to recognize a lot of people who worked from a day zero. I don't even know how many years, but I know it's 20 plus. Am I right? 20 plus?
You do fine.
Right. Bachubhai, Kantibhai, I recognize, so many others who has painted the building, created some sort of hard work to get to certain level. Then about 4 or 5 years ago we talked, and then Bachubhai, Panditji, myself, we have a few other people met, and so we need to do the next step. I just listening to a tape from Swami Sachidanandji. He's near Gujarat, Borsad, Najib. He's more materialistic, but he doesn't say materialistically. He called Padarth Sukh, means anything we can see and experience it. And he believes in it. He said, don't say mithya. In most of the traditional 4,000 years or so, say mithya. But in his word today, it says reality. So what we're seeing is a nice structure called mandir. To me, it's a padarth sukh, but if you don't have it, how would we gather? And even if 1 or 2 people gather, we still enjoy it. So gathering place called mandir, which is not just gathering, but it's something called socializing in a religious way. And to me, this is a medication to remove stress, I believe. So if you're here, you will have less stress. So I appreciate everybody who's enjoying it. We have only a few board of trustees. I would recognize that, let's see, Bachubhai, Maganbhai, Dr. Guladi. Is there anybody I'm missing? Who's a trustee? The definition was trustee was back then is anybody who contributed money up to $11,000, we made them trustee. This was the way to raise money. Somebody who gave 1,000, we called them Yajman. And we had over 55 Yajman. We have about 13 trustees. And a lot of people have more than 11. I'm never going to say money is important, but it was important to get to this level. So I appreciate those who are here. We will consider this as our recognition day. We have a big event coming up on July 25th, which is the Devi Bhagavad Katha. So I believe, Panditji, within one of those days, we will have a better attendance. And at that time, if you want to do special recognition, we will plan to do that. And in the meantime, consider this as a recognition. But I don't want to just recognize trustee and who worked 20 years ago or whatever. But the most important recognition is who is using this temple every Sunday. I also want to recognize, I see a couple of Gujarati who's doing every other Thursday regularly bhajan in this temple.
Yes.
So I see Ansaben and Kamuben. Is there anybody else here? Lakshmi Ben. So these are the people who does religiously every other Thursday from 4 on, and they do their own self-serving food. So this is good tradition from our culture. Anybody else wants to use this mandir in any fashion like that, please approach Pandit. This mandir belongs to community. It is open for the usage for a religious purpose. That's all I will say. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Vice President here, is he here?
That has done a fantastic job as the president.
Give him another clap for that.
Board of Trustees. Well done. I think the community has supported all day long, and it has been recognized. But I think main purpose, I understand Panditji want to really give honor to all the trustees, but I stand here. Without Pandit Deo and his family, I don't think so this mandir would have been here today. And I think what I would ask Kapurji to say a few words, and I think we would like to honor Pandit Deo as well as today. And please, Kapurji, have a few words.
Thank you. Some of us are familiar with our homes, late temples that have been made In India, you see Badrinath ji, Kedarnath ji, Dwarka ji, and throughout India, Rajasthan, in every state. You might wonder how those temples came about. The way those temples came about was that some rishi or muni, he would sit there, do meditation, he would do his puja, and he would perform some miracles. Some miracles would take place. And the devotees will come, they will say, this is a wonderful place. Then they will do the murti sthapana, they will build a temple. In this small town, there were no more than 50 families when we came here, Indian families, including Gyanis, Gujaratis, Punjabis, all Indian families, about 50 families. And Pandit Dev and his family, they had a temple. And what we forget is that through these 25 years that are 26 years that I have known him, his family, we have used this temple for darbas, we have used it for every puja. Every time a speaker came from any part of the world, they said, this is a temple, this is a place to be. If there was a marriage, guess who they call? Panditji. If there is a birth, Panditji. If there is a death, Panditji. We had Panditji available to the community 24/7 for more than 26 years that I'm aware of. And this temple, there are other temples. We have seen temples in New York, in Connecticut, and in Ohio. This is the only temple where you have a pujari, and he's a volunteer. Everywhere else, you give him a house, you give him a salary, you honor him, but you also provide some material comforts too. This is the only pujari that I know who has been mowing the lawn in the heat, okay, as a volunteer. He has been doing the puja here, and he's making his living from another profession, small sometimes, that is good, sometimes it's not, but he is here every Sunday religiously. His family has been committed. I see him more as my brother, because I knew his parents, than a Panditji, but I do respect him, his commitment. I wish other people had the commitment. Our life, whatever we read in Bhagavad Gita or in Ramayana and everything, it starts with gratitude. We should not forget that we have gratitude towards not only this temple. The temple exists, as Bachu Bhai and other people have said, because of Panditji and his family's commitment. There will be other temples. There is another temple, and I support that temple too, and the community does Manav Mandir. But more power there, and there will be Swaminarayan temple coming up. But this temple has been the foundation, cornerstone of our community from day one. It never failed us. We never saw a lack here that is not available. No matter what kind of puja we needed, what kind of entertainment we needed, the community needed dancing, okay, let's go there. We wanted a dinner, let's go there. This temple has been available to us as a family place where we gather, where we pray, where we show love for each other, where we exchange positive energy. All this is due to that person and Bachu Bhai's commitment to this temple. I salute both of them dearly. Thank you.
All the trustees in front of Murti there for me, please, who are here? And I would like to get my cameraman here to take that picture. Actually, this is what I wanted, that all these trustees, I need one picture with them, all of them, that I can have used this mandir with. And if I get up, you got come. This picture has to be a professional one. This will stay. Who didn't come will lost. This picture will be in this mandir. Okay, you all believe this. Picture will be in this mandir. Make it tell me nicely. Yeah. You want Panditji?
Yes.
You also want
That's right.
No, then you put it here.
I have told me I'm your older brother. Yes. Listen to your older brother.
Makes this picture good. You come in a little bit. Ambe Mata ki Jai.
I want to inform you, bhai, over the years I have donated more than $15,000. But I'm not interested.
Let me speak to this.
Thank you. Where is Bachu bhai?
Bachu bhai?
Yes.
Come, he wants to make sure you get a picture with him. Come.
He is my earliest. Bachu bhai. Thank you. Thank you. Kanti bhai has been working day and night.
So Kanti bhai should be here.
Absolutely. I salute the volunteers. You know, money is not everything. Thank you.
Kanti bhai, take one with me alone. One picture with me in here alone. Sometimes me in here alone is me in the mandir.
Yes. Yes. Hanumanji was a volunteer. He found Rama's wife, Ram couldn't be concerned. Anybody can write a check, but to commit your life day and night and show the love, yes. Yeah. I also wanted to recognize the Jalota family who come from Orlando here. Can you imagine they come from Orlando every Sunday and they have been doing community is a very wonderful community. All one family.
One picture. And then we do art. That's it.
Mira Nam, that's all I have. Today I am doing an advertisement for the Mandir, being that I feel really at home here and I love the Mandir a lot. And Siddi's wonderful and his daughter Shivani as well, and everyone here as well. So today what I'm doing is I'm going to be taking photos of everyone while they're sitting, standing, or family if you want a family group photo. It's going on all my social media as well as my website, MilkHoneyAdvice. So if you want to check out the ad, you can go over there. And that's about it.
Yes, good. Wonderful.
But she also wants to stay in the Sanatan life.
Absolutely.
She also said that she would like to have a spiritual leader into this mandir here. And please, each and every one of us should pay attention to listen what she need to say. And maybe Sunday I'll give her an opportunity to speak 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And if you do well, then we'll get half an hour.
Absolutely.